So it's a beautiful day 74. We've been climbing at a really good pace all day. The trail's about to go past this shelter over here. And then check out this privy. It's the first one that's painted. Super cute.
My calves are on fire.
So it's a little windy up here, but that's West Virginia. Hopefully we'll be there in a couple weeks. It's beautiful out here. Hello, it is now day 77, but allow me to elaborate on what has transpired over the last few days. Day 74 started splendidly with the shuttle driver that we had arranged to take us to the trailhead. So we started the trailhead that morning around 7:30, and at that point we got to a cemetery where Snail was able to learn about 10 Civil War generals and 17 of their children who were all buried there. From that point, we hiked 7 miles uphill to the shelter, which is where our first video for that day was shot. Leaving the shelter, we went to a big bald that overlooked the glorious West Virginia horizons. And then from there, there's no more video. We hiked 12 miles along a ridgeline that was pretty brutal. And I also had started to feel pretty ill. We had heard from about 6 different hikers that there was a virus going around, and at that point I was not sure if I had the virus. At the end of that day, around mile 19, I at that point, how to put this beautifully, eloquently, lost my lunch and felt death knocking at my door. I somehow managed to stumble another 0.9 miles down to a road where there was no phone service, but we at that point were trying to call my mother, who lived only about 30 miles away, to come save us. So there's no service, but at that point a truck full of gentlemen, probably around 27 years old, came to pick us up. Well, they didn't come to pick us up. They were driving by, and I hitchhiked and yelled, "Help!" And they pulled over. We asked the man, "How far is it to Pearisburg?" He said, "Well, I'm not going towards Pearisburg, but there's a store right up the road that I'll take you to." So we said, "Okay, great." So after about 10 minutes of driving in this truck, we were in the back of it with another guy. We asked him, "How much farther is it to the store?" And he said, "Oh, probably about another 20 minutes. So, lesson, always ask how far up the road is it to that store. They ended up taking us to the top of a mountain, probably another 5 to 10 minutes out of the way, so that we would have phone service to call my mother. Once we got there, we called her. She said that she'd come pick us up at another store that they were going to take us to called the Barn Store. And at that point, the guy in the back of the truck said, "You know what's funny? I had service where we picked you up." So he could have just let us call at that point, and Mom could have just picked us up there, which was only like 30 minutes away. But no, they decided to take us to another store, which ended up being about an hour and 45 minutes for her to come pick us up in West Virginia, not Virginia where we were. So yeah. So from there we spent about 2 hours, because it was hard for my mom to find us, at the store where I fell asleep on a table. It was more like a gas station, but not really. It was like a general gas station store. And Mom and my sister Abigail finally came and found us, and they saved us and took us home, where I spent 2 days, days 75 and 76, resting in bed and not moving. But I think we finally figured out I either had food poisoning or that virus, not sure. It's now day 77 and we're back on the trail. Whew. There were a lot of doubts and mixed feelings coming back on, but at this point we're still going to continue hiking north and praying that the Lord will provide all the way as He has so far. So, thank you.
Alright, so before Sandals got sick on us a couple days, we were going to end our 20-mile day at the Captain's, which if you've never heard of it, it's a trail landmark, and it's this guy's house that's right off the trail, and you have to take a zip line to get to the back of it. He opens up his backyard, fire pit and everything so you can tent there instead of at a shelter or another spot, and sometimes he has Wi-Fi and so does what I've heard, so we're going to go check it out and see what it looks like. Alright. Sandals is up on the zip line.
Here we go. So we're now over at the captain's abode. Don't feed the alligators. Really pretty spot.
There's a sauna.
Nice.
And lots of soda.
And burger buns.
Yum,
Nice.
yum, yum.
And here comes Snail from the other direction.
Well, we're on top of Wind Rock, so if you hear some wind in the background, it tells you where we are. We're doing a short day today, closing out probably around just a little less than 8 miles. Just taking it easy, going back out on trail and making sure Sandals feels better.
So it is a very cool and peaceful day 78. It's a very quiet morning. We ended up actually going 12.5 miles yesterday, so we had originally planned to go just under 8, but the campsite we got to had no water. Well, it had water, but it was really poor water. It looked really dirty and not good to drink, so we decided to keep pushing. So we ended up going 12.5. Today the plan is to go about 18 miles. I absolutely love the farmlands of Virginia. So check this out. We're coming up on this oak tree. There's this branch. This is the Kefir oak tree. This is a big one. And according to the guide, this is the largest oak tree on the AT in the south. It's over 18 feet around and it's over 300 years old. Apparently there's another oak tree in New York that is slightly larger than this one. She is big. Here's a better angle of it. We took a break and Snail made a new friend.
Say hi for the camera.
It's much more pleasant to walk through when they have all the grass cut. And the bales look so pretty. Check out this view. I wonder how many miles that is. I bet we're gonna be climbing that tall mountain in the background. I would not be surprised. I'm pretty sure Blacksburg is on the other side of that. Nice little spot for a snack.
Well, we're about 2.7 miles to Nide or Nide Shelter. I think we're gonna call it a day there. We were considering going a little bit past there, but I'm pretty tired and I didn't sleep well last night. But fun fact, while I'm standing here, we're at the Eastern Continental Divide.
So it's been quite a tiring day. We're very close to finishing our day at 18.1 miles. That's how we feel.
No, I'm so tired.
Alright, so the day is now over. We did 18.1 miles. We made it to the shelter. And so we ran into some of our friends who I don't know if we've yet introduced them, but they're a couple named Pinky and the Brain. So that's cute. But they're really cool people. But as we were talking to Brain, the girl, we were chatting, and then I happened to look over her shoulder, and there was a 300-pound bear staring at us. That thing was huge, at least 300.
It was huge.
And so I was like, that's a bear. And then I blew my whistle as loud as I could, and then we all clapped and yelled. And there were about 6 other people here that all came up, and so we chased them off. But what a way to end the day. So that now makes our bear count 9. Because we never mentioned it, but we saw a little baby cub outside of Adkins, Virginia. But we were in a rush that day, and we forgot to mention it. But 9 bears.
It's day 79 and it's beautiful outside. We left camp a little bit late because I didn't sleep too well. I've been kind of having problems sleeping at night. Not sure why, but hopefully that'll just remedy itself soon. But we came to a beautiful overlook today by the Audi Monument, and we'll show you what that looks like in a little bit. But we had a wonderful lunch and enjoyed a great view.
The overlook we were just at is right over there past that sign. But we are at the Audi Leon Murphy Memorial. He was the most decorated soldier in the World War II. I'll let you read that. You can pause the video. Well, we thank you for your service, sir, and all you did for our country. So it is day 80, and we just hiked our first mountain, and it's beautiful. Where are we going, Snail?
We're going to the Dragon's Tooth.
So we've made it to the Dragon's Tooth here in Virginia. There it is. I'll show you a video of what Snail did of me up there. I didn't take my camera up there because it's a little bit too sketchy. But you get great panoramic views up there. 360-degree views. It's breathtaking. But we're about to head back up. Trying to get to McAfee by the end of the day.
Alright, Sandals is on top of the Dragon's Tooth.
Oh man, I should have brought my camera, but I didn't want to break it.
Yep, he climbed to the top of that.
And this is coming down the other side of Dragon's Tooth. Steep, steep, steep. So, what's important about this spot? What you thinking about?
Well, I've been thinking lately about, we just hit 700 miles. Yeah! 700 miles. 700 miles.
So we're hiking along and we find this awesome trail magic from Crow and Fred. Thank you guys.
Our pleasure.
We thought there was going to be water in about 2 miles, and they just told us that all the water sources are dried up for the next 10 miles. So they came and brought a bunch of gallons of water so that we can fill up. Man, y'all don't know how much that means. Yeah. Literally saved us.
I think what you guys are doing is amazing.
We appreciate it. Then we met a new friend, Dr. Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. After bust through a paper wall.
I love it, man. That's so funny.
Next up is McAfee.
I see an overlook sign, which means only one thing. We've made it to McAfee's Knob.
Let's go check it out. Oh man, I've been looking forward to this spot for a long time. Oh man, there she is. Goodness. Wow. Try to show you this view. Oh, whoa. You're in for a treat, folks.
Wow.
Wow. Whew.
That was worth the climb. But I am so tired and sweaty. Whew. I'm ready for town tomorrow. But I'm gonna enjoy this moment.
This is what the back of McAfee's Knob looks like. You don't see this often. It's beautiful up here. So there's Snail making her macaroni and cheese.
Hey.
And then, fun little thing just happened. We ran into Adam, who gave us a ride back by Grayson Highlands.
Yep.
He and a friend of his drove us into close to Adkins, so cool little thing.
Yep.
And then his wife is with him, Lindsay. And Lindsay and Snail are wearing literally head to toe the same outfit. Shoes, shorts, and shirt.
Hey, we look good.
So it's good to see these guys. Have an awesome sunset. Life is good, folks. Macaroni and cheese is up. So we're doing our first night hiking back to our camp spot. We watched the sun set, but before the sunset we had hiked down from the knob, set up our tent, and then hiked back up to watch the sunset, and now we're going back to our camp. First time night hiking. Pretty fun. So it's the morning of day 81, night hiking again, trying to make it back up to McAfee's Knob to see the sunrise. We gotta go a little quickly though, because I can already start to see a little bit of light coming over the mountains. Well, we made it to the top before the sun officially has come out. It's beautiful up here already. Still getting ready. Bunch of people up here getting ready to watch it. Bear. Hi, Bear. She's a tough little hiker.
She hiked the whole thing this morning.
You hiked 10 miles this morning. So after leaving McAfee and the sunrise, we made our way up the trail and we're about to go do what is called Tinker Cliffs. And it's that way. Cool looking rock. It's a big old rock. I'll show you that next. So we're now up on the cliffs. And you see that mountain over there? You see that little spot at the top? That's kind of gray looking. That is McAfee's. So we just hiked all down that ridge, up another mountain, and now we're here. And meet my new friend, Game Warden.
Hi.
She was another person who started in March, so glad to see other March folks out here. And apparently this little thing, the Tinker Cliffs, goes for a half mile along the ridge, so on the cliff, so that should be fun. There's another blaze. What a beautiful day. I'm glad it's not lightning out here. That could be dangerous.
It's not hot yet either.
Nope, still cool. This is the trail, folks. There's the edge. This is the trail. So where are we at, Snail?
We're at Pizza Hut in Daleville. We made it to town.
We did like 17.7 today, including going back up to the top of the knob to see the sunrise and back down.
Yeah, it was fun.
And we did it by just before 4 o'clock. So we made a really good time today. It was a big mileage week. Pizza, pizza, garlic sauce, and we killed some salads. Oh man. So look what we just found. There's a pool and a hot tub. Thank you, Super 8. You've been so kind.
It's a little cold.
My turn next. See you guys later.